Hi, I'm the Lyric Snitch, and I'm here to talk to you today about the songs that our children are listening to today. We're going to go over the lyrics, so make sure that you like and subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell, because every time that I drop a video, you'll be notified and you will know about the lyrics that our children are listening to today. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Today's song is called Bop, and it's by Dababy. So we're going to talk about the song, we're going to talk about the video, we're going to talk about his recent encounters with the law, unfortunately. I'm going to do a correction to some of the things that I said in my last video about Roddy Ricch's The Box, and then we'll go from there. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with Bop. Again, it's by an artist by the name Dababy. So what he says, it's a song. It's pretty much a bragging song. He's just bragging. All right. So at the beginning, he has an intro, and basically he's just saying, you know, everybody been waiting on the baby. I mean, it's like ever since Baby on Baby dropped. Now, Baby on Baby is either a song or it's an album, and it's a shame that I should know that what it is, but I don't know which one it is. But it's a song that he's referencing to. Like, you know, ever since Baby on Baby dropped, somebody's ad-libbing in the back. Ain't nobody dropped S. And then you hear this one little thing that says Jetson made another one. And what that is, you'll hear that throughout some songs. So producers, they put their own little tag on songs. And I kind of look for the tags to see who's producing what. Oh, let me tell you also. So this song says the S word 11 times, the B word 7 times, the P word 4 times, the N word 10 times, the F word 6 times. He uses the A word twice. The male body part that starts with a D, he uses once, and he says MF once. So I don't know if there's a clean version that they play on the radio, so they might be bleeping a lot of that out. All right, so he says, let's go. So here's the chorus. I needed some ish with some bop in it. I flew past the whip with that blunt in my mouth. Watch the swerving. That whip had a cop in it. So let's go back a little bit. Talking about a blunt. A blunt is a cigar that has weed in it. So it's a cigar with weed inside of it. Then he talks about his whip. Excuse me. He talks about a whip, and he says that the cop is in the whip, which I found. I'm not sure what that means in terms of, you know, is he saying that the cop car is a whip car because it drives really fast? So I'm not really sure about that. Then he says, my B got good P. Oh, strap in. Put your seatbelt on, y'all, because we're going for a ride. Fly her across the country. I finished the show and I hop in it. I got me a milli. I did it legitly. So he's talking about here, I got $1 million. He's done it legitimately. Still with my ish, I'm a hot in. Okay, so again, he's just bragging, just talking, you know, bragging on himself. But that's the chorus. So then we have the first verse. It says, oh, you asking pictures with ends? What's your name? Get the F out the spot, N. So what that's a reference to is, and this is on YouTube, it's like a video. This part of it is not on video that I've seen. A fan wanted to take a picture with Dababy. Dababy, I guess, didn't want to take the picture. And so the fan got indignant, probably. You know, he probably started, you know, saying stuff like, oh, you ain't ish, and no, nobody want to take a picture with you anyway. Whatever, I'm just making that part up. But something happened, because then he ended up touching the bodyguard, is what the article said. He put his hand on the bodyguard, and from that point on, it was over. Dababy didn't get involved in it from the video that I can see, but his bodyguards and all these other people started beating him up to the point where the young man was in a coma. So he's making reference to that. And he gets in a lot of fights. I'll just say that, you know, I want success for him. I want him to really succeed and to grow and to do all those things that are positive. But he does get into a lot of fights. Trying to figure which deal I'm going to take. I woke up, a couple million on my plate. So again, just, you know, which deal am I going to take? I'm investing in real and estate. Good play on words. I just gave my mama 100. So he probably gave her 100,000. Probably won't hear me open my mouth unless you hear me talk about it. Finding some money. So again, just talking about money, you know, that's I'm all about trying to make these coins. Making coins is making money. Because again, my videos are for people who have no clue about what's going on. Not like I have this expert clue, but I'm just going to try and tell you what's going on. As soon as I found it, I flipped that. I'm a little bit different. They get it. Not really sure what he's talking about. You know, I guess real estate, flipping houses, a play on that, perhaps. I'm not really sure. No, I'm stiff on a B, and she dig it. trying to find out why baby ain't all in her mentions. So mentions are like on Twitter, like if you mention somebody on Twitter. So, you know, he's talking about some girl, or he's with some girl maybe, and now she's talking about, well, why isn't he mentioning me in on his Twitter feed? Nah, she ain't getting no DM from me, B. A DM is a direct message. Again, all of the platforms have them where you can directly message someone on the back end. It ain't free. Now that's a reference to a song by Kendrick Lamar, and Kendrick Lamar's spin on that was a little different than his spin on it. Excuse me. And she be throwing that A. She good at it. Turn around when we F. Make her look at it. So again, you know, he's just bragging on his sexual escapades. Then we go back to the chorus. Now we have the second verse. I'm unorthodox than a MF. When you gonna switch the flow? I thought you'd never ask. So he's kind of known for having like this same sound, and people always say, like, you know, all the baby songs sound the same. And so he's, you know, I believe that he's kind of addressing that. Ends ain't effing with me, and ain't about what they F. They be rapping about with they little scary A. That did not come out smooth at all. I got totally stuck right there. But basically, you know, he's just talking about, you know, other rappers. What are they talking about? You know, they trying to F with me. What are they talking about? They're not talking about anything. But to each his own end. If you like it, I love it. No biggie. All right. That boy say he get money. Oh, really? How much they just cut you a check for? $1 million? So again, he's talking about somebody else. Like, hey, you saying you got money? How much did they cut you a check for? Was it $1 million? Because that's what they're doing for me. That's my take on that. I'm going back to Cali like Biggie. So Biggie is a rapper who passed away. His name is Biggie Smalls, Notorious B.I.G. And he had a song called Going Back to Cali. And it actually, when I saw that reference initially, and I didn't know the song Going Back to Cali by Biggie. I wasn't really into rap at that stage. And so at first when I heard that, I thought it was the LL Cool J song Going Back to Cali. But as I looked it up, it's really Biggie Smalls, and his backbeat is actually from a group called Zap, and it's a song called More Bounce to the Ounce. And Zap is from my hometown, Dayton, Ohio. So that was just kind of interesting to see that. Here is where I'm like, darn. You know, like who says darn anymore? I know. But I'm like, oh, come on. Okay, I get what you talking about, your sexual escapades, and you're a bragger. But here we go. About to go get a pound just to smoke. I suspect that's weed, a pound of weed. They just told me to come to work on my album. Here it is. I'm trying to find out the price on a boat. I had no idea what a boat was. And a boat is something very specific. A boat is 1,000 pills of ecstasy. And so I'm like, what are you going to do with 1,000 pills of ecstasy? And that reminded me of an interview that I had heard from Juice WRLD. And Juice WRLD was a rapper. He passed away December 8th of last year. And he passed away, and I was so sad how it happened to him because he was into pills. Let me go back to the interview. The interview that he was in, he sings a song called Lucid Dream. They told me to work on my album. I'm trying to find out the price on a boat. Okay, so I had to look up what a boat was. And a boat is something very specific. A boat is 1,000 ecstasy pills. And I'm just like, okay, you bragging on yourself. You're talking about your sexual escapades. Okay. But now you even talking about weed. Okay. But now you're getting into pills. And so this is the thing, parents, is that there was a rapper called Juice WRLD, and he passed away. And he was doing an interview one time, and I remember it distinctly. This was even before I got into all this research and everything. And I remember him saying, he said, some of the rap community is into pills a lot. And unfortunately, Juice WRLD passed away because he swallowed a bunch of pills when he was on his private jet. He knew that he was about to get busted. So he swallowed a bunch of pills, I guess, to, you know, so they wouldn't find them. And he ended up overdosing and dying. And that just makes me sad because he probably would have got, you know, maybe he got probation. I mean, at best, a year in jail, if that. And it's just like, it's tragic. And a lot of these songs that I'm reading about end up talking about Molly, end up talking about ecstasy, end up talking about Percocets, and all this other stuff. And it's just like, why does that aspect of it have to be in the culture and in the community? And okay, so that's what that was all about. My Lil B act like Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion is a rap artist that's out today, and I really don't know much about her. I suspect, just from what I've kind of heard, I'm not gonna say she's raunchy, but she is not afraid of her sexuality. Let's say it that way. All right. Okay. So she's ghetto and nasty. She driving the boat. Now, driving the boat is a term coined by Megan Thee Stallion, which means it's slang for drinking. And this ish that they make him be boring. Play me something to bop while I ride with my pole. And again, I didn't know what a pole was, and when I looked it up, that is a gun. All right, so, and then he goes back into the chorus, and then there's an interlude, and it just says, like this ish feel like, you know, the sophisticated ratchet H's, the female word that we use when, you know, for prostitutes, starts with an H. You know, the ones that go to work by day, then, you know, dance in the mirror by night. So he's, you know, just kind of just talking about, I suspect a young lady who is a stripper, but that's not the right word I'm looking for. Then he goes back into the chorus, and then he says, then he goes back into the outro, which is talking about the one where he was, you want to take a picture with me? No, you're not. So that's the song right there. So let's talk about the video real quick. I don't know where they're showing this video at. I don't know if they're showing it on whatever platforms. This is how out of touch I am. I don't know if there's anything outside of YouTube or outside of you watching it on your phone that you would watch this video. Actually, they did it on Saturday Night Live. So it is what I'm about to talk about is very acceptable because she was doing it on Saturday Night Live. And I'm not trying to single out the young lady. But again, when we speak about what do we want our children to see, and no, children probably shouldn't be up at 11:30 at night watching Saturday Night Live. So I hear you on that. But, and they're probably not watching Saturday Night Live. But my point is that in the video, it's a very good video because they make it seem like it's a musical. And it's very well done in that respect. And so for the genre that it is and for who the audience is, it's wonderful. But then there's just one young lady who does some twerking, and she stands up on her hands and she's twerking it and working it and she's doing her thing. I'm not even lying. But it's just like, oh, I really don't want my 10-year-old to see that. But otherwise, you know, I kind of, you know, the video is really nice. Got a lot of dancers in it, and it's well done in that regard. Let me go back to the other video that I did on The Box by Roddy Ricch, and let me make some corrections to that. And basically, he said, I had the Draco with me, Dwayne Carter. And I thought, I thought Draco was referring to Drake and Dwayne Carter, but really what it's referring to is a semi-automatic gun. And I said, well, what does a semi-automatic gun and Dwayne Carter have anything to do with each other? And Dwayne Carter is Lil Wayne, by the way. He's another rapper, very famous rapper. And so only to find out that at some point in Dwayne Carter's life, he had charges for having a semi-automatic weapon for some reason, possession of a semi-automatic weapon. Another part that I said, calling them, I'm about to get the keys to the city. And I found another reference that said Compton, I'm about to get the keys to the city, excuse me, because that makes a lot more sense because he's from the city of Compton. So that made sense right there. And still don't know if he's saying cash app or cash out, and that's in the chorus. So there you have it. I'm going to continue with these videos. I think I'm going to do suicidal next. Not really sure, but that's the plan. And if you have any other suggestions that you want, go ahead and put them in the comments below. And again, please be sure to, I just looked at the time. Please be sure to like and subscribe, and put on the notification bell. And I thank you for your patience. I'm still trying to figure out this whole YouTube editing thing. And I'm hoping you're enjoying the videos as much as I enjoy giving them the information to you. So we'll see you next time. Thank you.